Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively we're the Office Blokes.
Yep.
It's a true factual statement. What have we got going on, Mike? Anything interesting?
We've got a Patreon channel.
Really?
Yeah, so if you go to patreon.com, put in Office Blokes React, you can support our channel for just £1.50 a month. We've got block content, we've got exclusive videos every week going on there as well, and for our community as well.
What's our community?
What's our community, mate?
It's our YouTube community. That's who.
Channel members, you mean?
Channel members, that's the one. It's the same thing, guy. I think we're all a community. We're all
absolutely.
Yeah,
we're all members,
yeah,
community. It's all the same thing. If you look it up in dictionary, exactly the same words. That's all described.
That's just double down. It always gets you out of a jam.
Absolutely. Anyway, go and have a look at that and subscribe to the channel as well.
Nice one. I did see a comment the other day that said we've shot ourselves in the foot because with the cost of living crisis, we've made a brand out of £1.50. So we're stuck with £1.50 forever.
We can live with that.
Yeah.
Value for money.
Absolutely.
Right, top 10 must visit American cities.
Must visit. New York's got to be the top one, I would think.
I mean, it's
one of the top ones, I would think.
For foreign people that aren't Americans, New York's one of the most iconic, isn't it?
These might be a little bit out there.
That's what I'm hoping.
I hope they're just not the regular ones like Boston, Chicago, LA,
Yeah,
San
somewhere a bit
Francisco.
different.
Don't know, somewhere a bit different, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, let's find out then. The top 10 must visit American cities.
These are the top tourist destinations brought to us by way of the US of A. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 must-visit American cities. Just to be clear, while we're fully aware that the American continent itself is comprised of numerous nations, we're focusing on cities specifically in the United States, as other American nations are home to dozens of other cities that deserve their own separate list. We're ranking these cities based on how beautiful they are, how fun they are, and how much they have to offer tourists. Number 10. Honolulu, Hawaii. Hawaiian for calm port. It's not difficult to see how this state capital received its name. While the city houses many run-of-the-mill modern views from the high-rises of Waikiki Beach to the consumer outlets of what's touted as the world's largest open-air shopping center, it continues to remain a must-visit paradise for its natural landscapes and native habitats.
Yes, every day. I'd absolutely love to go.
Yeah,
there.
that's nice down there.
So far away.
Yeah, but I instantly just seeing those still images just feel calm. You know, it just seems like such a beautiful place.
How far is it off the coast of the US then?
6 hours.
It really is that far?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it on a like a logistics of the NFL or logistics of college football video, and it said about 5.
But that's 5 hours of the west coast.
Is it?
So you're coming out of
Wow,
like,
so if you go from the east coast, it's...
if you're going from the east coast, it's more.
How long to fly to California from here?
I think it's 11 hours, is it?
11 hours.
Yeah.
And then potentially a layover, and then another 5 to get to Hawaii. So you've got to go there for 2 weeks at least to make it worth it.
Yeah, I can't go somewhere for 2 weeks. No chance.
Looks beautiful though, doesn't it?
This modern Eden is the perfect destination for tourists seeking an exotic escape near the borders of the contemporary world. Number 9. Washington, D.C. It's not just politics as usual in the United States Capitol. There are tons of things to see and do. Visitors can enjoy the city's awe-inspiring and diverse architecture, with both modern buildings and historic structures that range in style from Georgian Revival and Beaux-Arts to Romanesque and much more. Home to numerous national landmarks including the Lincoln Memorial, the National Mall, Capitol Hill, and of course the White House, it should come as no surprise that tourism is the second most profitable industry in the District of Columbia. Number 8. Miami, Florida. Ranked not only as one of America's cleanest cities, but also one of the richest, this child of the Sunshine State is filled with views of cityscapes and coastline, making it one of the crown jewels of America's Southeast. Another reason to visit Miami is for its reputation as the supposed capital of Latin America. The city earned that nickname for its large Spanish-speaking and Cuban-American populations. As a destination for a perfect summer getaway, the city has garnered further prominence for its broad beaches, clean water, and the Port of Miami, currently dubbed the cruise capital of the world. Number 7. Boston, Massachusetts. Located on the coast of one of America's 4 Commonwealth states, Massachusetts' capital is a city rich in history, culture, and business. Home to countless tourist hotspots like Fenway Park, Faneuil Hall, and the Old State House on the Freedom Trail, the city's built environment embodies an unmatchable charm that perfectly preserves the spirit of a colonial America meshed in a modern world. Today, the capital continues to thrive with its proud achievements in medicine and higher education, the buildings and sites of which have garnered their own special breed of tourism. Number 6.
It's got quite familiar architecture, hasn't it?
I like Boston.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat place.
I think I said that about Brooklyn as well, actually, on one of these videos where there's a lot of red brick sort of buildings that wouldn't be out of place in Manchester.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
sort of like
something
that type of place, isn't it? Like warehousing type of sort of like structures.
Yeah,
Industrial sort of cities, yeah.
now the only place I've been.
I've been to the other three. I've not been to Honolulu and I've not been to Las Vegas, but I've been to Boston, I've been to Miami.
Yeah.
And where was the other one? Boston, Miami, and...
That's it, isn't it, so far?
Well, we've had 7,
Boston.
8, 9 and 10, haven't we? So we've had 10 which didn't go to, was Honolulu.
Honolulu.
And number 9, number 8,
Boston.
number 7 I've been to. Boston, Miami. And
What are we missing? If we hover over it, should Miami...
Washington,
Washington,
DC.
yeah.
Been to Washington, DC
Which
as well. Yeah.
kind of looks a little boring to me, if I'm being honest.
But it's actually alright.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not bad. I've been there a few times.
Right.
Not so long ago, actually. I was there about 7 years ago 8 years ago.
The architecture looks amazing, and there's some iconic buildings there, but it just seems a bit like...
Yeah.
I don't know what else is there.
There's a lot of history
really.
there. You know, you've got like a lot of, like especially I think it's like, what's the soldier where like a lot of soldier walls and stuff like that, you know, like military sort of like walls and things like that.
Yeah.
To like explain different things. It's a neat place.
Yeah.
Is that where they've got the... we've reacted to it. It was like a guard... was it like an unmarked grave?
Like like unknown soldier.
Oh,
type.
Unknown
Change the
soldier.
guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that in Washington?
Can't remember.
It looked like it from,
Yeah,
from what I
possibly could have
remember.
been.
Las Vegas, Nevada. It's gone by many other names, from epithets including Glitter Gulch and the entertainment capital of the world. But most famously, Vegas is known as Sin City. Renowned for its ultimate tourist destination, the Strip, Las Vegas is home to some of the world's largest and most popular mega resort casinos and hotels. While it has recently begun drawing in more families and retirees, Vegas and its collection of worlds within a single neon realm remains a prominent tourist destination for its novelty architecture, nightlife, gaming grounds, and live entertainment, adult or not. Number 5. Los Angeles, California. Known as the City of Angels, this colorful metropolis is home to a broad diversity of peoples and subcultures that make LA a world of its own. While popular tourist attractions in Los Angeles like Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, and Hollywood, as well as other California cities like San Diego, remain an absolute must, there are many other reasons to visit the film industry capital of the world. From the expanding nightlife in its downtown district, to its thrilling amusement parks, to its gorgeous scenery, to its many museums, Los Angeles has something for everyone, especially lovers of the movie industry. Number 4. New Orleans, Louisiana. Another tourist destination rich in history and culture thanks to its reputation as the birthplace of jazz. New Orleans stands as the perfect Southern belle in the form of a city. Garnering prominence for its legendary French Quarter and the infamous nightlife boulevard appropriately named Bourbon Street, this city is crammed with all sorts of contained and colorful chaos, regardless of whether or not it's time for Mardi Gras. Anarchic avenues aside, Magazine Street, just one of many other decorative and eccentric corners of the city, is home to boutique shops and antique stores with goodies that you'll swear are from another world. Number 3.
New Orleans and Honolulu for me so far.
Yeah, like I don't fancy LA, and I fancy Honolulu, but it's just too far. So it's like it's one of them where I'd think about it if I was on the West Coast and then think, should we go to Honolulu?
Yeah,
you know. But it's
So have you not done LA before?
No, I've passed through. I
Right.
passed through the airports and stuff. Same as I've been to San Francisco, but I've not been LA. It's a place I've never really fancied. Same as Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, not for me.
I think Boston for me, of the ones I've seen up to now, I think it looks quite interesting.
Yeah, New Orleans I've
quite
not been
nice.
to yet. That's definitely on the list. But
Yeah.
again, they said to me, if we go to New Orleans, I'm just going to be fucking babysitting you. and it'd just be you getting like in all kinds of problems on Bourbon Street. And I went, absolutely right. She knows, so she's just like, I'll just be babysitting you. So he's like, I don't know.
She's got to get stuck in with you.
Yeah. She'd be like, she wouldn't be able to relax because she knows what I'm like. So she'd be like, that's your element. She said, no, it's like, I'll just be all over the place.
Yeah.
So
you're making friends and enemies alike.
Yeah. So if we go, we'd have to go with someone else and sort of like, make it like a group of us. So I'm not sure she's not purely babysitting
security.
me. Yeah. Just so she's not babysitting me, sort of thing.
I think
that's security. I just know what I'll be like. I'll be all over the place.
Yeah.
I'll be in and out of bars, upstairs, downstairs, round the back, round the front. I'll be all over the place. She'll be like, what are you doing now?
I think another couple would be ideal.
Yeah.
So there's another wife or girlfriend that again I can
keep an eye on. And
Chicago, Illinois. Taking the third spot on our list is America's third most populated city. With an ever-growing metropolitan area often referred to as Chicagoland, the Windy City's history and modern-day evolution continues to attract more outsiders for tourist mainstays like cuisine, sightseeing, and sports, as it's one of the few American cities to have professional athletic teams in all major sports leagues. Couple Bears and Cubs fans with historical landmarks like the Chicago Theater, the Navy Pier, and a magnificent...
First time I went on that Navy Pier, what buzzed me about Chicago was like, it was like middle of summer sort of thing. It was quite warm, and we walked down the Navy Pier, and there was just like these little like stalls selling beer, and you could grab a beer and just walk down the pier.
Really?
I was like, wow, I'm like, this is me.
Yeah.
So like beer, like little side shows, like magicians going on and all that, and then you get on the boat and you go out on the lake and enjoy a boat on the lake sort of thing, come back, walk back down, a few more beers,
back down
to the
pier,
hotel,
have a beer.
and then out for the night and some of the best food.
Yeah. They just said that there's no food.
I do like look at this as well. Actually, it looks good.
And in St. Paddy's Day, they dye the river that you see there.
I've heard
green.
that. Yeah. I think they do that in Boston as well.
right.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a river in Boston.
That's right.
What's the one in Chicago?
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to watch England play there as well. England v USA.
Is Chicago like Al Capone, that sort of era?
That sort of era.
No, but like
from, you mean?
No, but that the kind of mobsters.
There was one. I think it was a big thing.
Yeah,
was Al Capone one of the Chicago people?
I think so. Yeah.
I wonder if there's much mobster centric stuff to see.
I never seen anything when I was there, but again, I wasn't looking for it, so it wasn't like like any museums or anything that was dedicated to it. I wasn't really looking for it, so I don't know.
Because it looks very modern.
It's a cool city.
It does.
Though.
Yeah.
A lot of people are telling me it's like nasty crime now, and it's like gone really downhill. But I just still memories from what I had with it was just a mint city.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it in Chicago. I've been twice, and it's both times I've been is really nice.
It does look nice.
Skyline, and you have a criminally underrated city worth visiting. Number 2, San Francisco, California. As a center of culture and commerce in Northern California, this must-visit city acts as central headquarters for dozens of contemporary enterprises, including Gap and Twitter, to name a few. Prominent for its wide array of architectural styles in areas like the famous hippie district Haight-Ashbury, its cable cars and tourist attractions like the Golden Gate Bridge, Lombard Street, Alamo Square, and Alcatraz, San Francisco should easily make the list of every building buff and sightseer's musts. The cherry on top here is the city's fine history as an epicenter of progressive movements, attracting diverse groups of visitors from every generation.
I know someone that swam around Alcatraz.
Oh yeah,
as part of I think it was a charity event, but there's hundreds of people just do a huge swim.
Did they do? I'm assuming they do like a tourist trip around Alcatraz. Did they? That'd be cool.
I've been to San Francisco, but I was so angry because they lost me luggage. So I was like proper like fuming, and I remember driving. We went over the Golden Gate Bridge, Golden Gate Bridge, and I remember the taxi driver saying to me, "Oh, we're passing over the Golden Gate Bridge." And I'm like, fucking on my phone, like angry typing. I don't care.
Ask.
The first vegan hippie cyclist you see, you're gonna throw him off the bridge,
clothesline him straight out the window.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1, New York City, New York. Taking top honors on our list is the Big Apple, home to countless millions and Lady Liberty herself. Dubbed the city that never sleeps, NYC is the hub of numerous multi-billion-dollar enterprises, with Wall Street serving as the front line of all the commercial madness. Business aside, The city is prominent for its unbeatable and breathtaking cityscape views, its appreciation for the arts, and its vivid individuals that bring it all to life year-round. Whether you're shopping or eating, or heading to Central Park, to one of the city's various quaint neighborhoods like Soho or the West Village, to tourist hotspots like the Empire State Building, or to one of the many world-class museums, New York City is the place to see and be seen. Do you agree with our list? With so many other beautiful cities to choose from, we're sure we've missed a few of your favorites. Which American cities are at the top of your travel wish list? For more informative travel videos and entertainment top 10s, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Nice.
Yeah, so I thought they do about them. About 6 of them out of the 10, I guess.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's not bad.
Yeah, pretty good.
You can't really argue with New York as well, because
no.
for anyone that isn't, I've never been, and it's on my list. It's high on my list.
If someone says to me, where in the USA should I go visit, and I'll say, have you been before? And they go, no, go New York.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of people who live in the USA will probably disagree and say, no, come to this town and that town. If I go back to the US, which I 100% will be going back to the USA, I think next on our list is either Nashville. It's definitely on the list. And then pick up somewhere else. It won't just be Nashville. Probably go Boston first, and then a few days in Boston, fly down to Nashville. A few days in Nashville, fly back to Boston, and come back home type thing. Or something like that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Boise, Idaho, definitely on the list of things to do. Don't fancy LA. Don't fancy Las Vegas. Can't be arsed with them.
I'm a bit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that much about them, but from what I've seen, I don't think they'd be high on my list. More the Boston, Chicago type of things.
Seattle's definitely on the list.
Yeah, that'd be more.
But I also want to do Vancouver, so I'll probably do Seattle and Vancouver on the same trip.
Yeah.
The thing with Vegas is there's that many iconic things there that if you like, all the stock footage they just showed, like the Bellagio and things like that.
Yeah,
it's all stuff you see while you're there. So there is there's a lot of things to tick off that is nice when you see it in a movie. You watch Ocean's 11 at the end of it and stuff, and you're like, I've stood there. So there is some iconic places. I wouldn't be in a rush to go back, but I would go back.
Iconic places. I'm not there for that. I'm not going for that sort of thing. Standing there and saying, "Oh, look," because you can say that about the Empire State Building or wherever you go in. Wherever you go,
it's the whole experience you want, isn't it? And I don't think Vegas would be an experience for me because it's just it is a lot of it's gambling and stuff like that. It's just not my street really.
You don't have to though. That's the thing. We spent most of our time at the top of the strip, where the big hotels were. We only went downtown about twice, and my regret is not going downtown more. And getting stuck in with a bit more of that culture. I am supposed to be going for my bro's 40th next year, actually, back to Vegas.
Oh yeah.
There you go. That should be interesting.
I think you try these towns that you might not think of that are not on there. Obviously places like Milwaukee, for example, or I don't know, St. Louis. People will be saying, no, don't go there, it's a shithole. And I get that, I understand that, but these places that you can go that are a bit offline, where you think, why not try somewhere like that? Try somewhere like Myrtle Beach or in South Carolina or wherever you may want to go that's a little bit different.
That's where bit of knowledge
Philadelphia,
bit of knowledge about the place like you've got that comes in handy because you can think outside the box a bit and think, well, actually that'd be a good place. And somewhere where on a top 10 like that we probably think about cities like that, but not the ones that you can think of.
You talk about going into the rural area. I remember when we drove from New Jersey to Houston and we stopped off in Tennessee, in I can't remember the name of the town it was now, but it was actually a dry town right next to Dollywood.
All right.
We stayed in like a wood cabin that overlooked forest, for as far as you could see, and it was mint. There's places like that, and then you go down to the local places and you're meeting local people, and it's different. It's not your mainstream. You're meeting true, proper American sort of like folk, if you want, as opposed to going to. Atlanta's another great city. You know what I mean? It's a bit out there. It's a bit full of nutcases sometimes. It depends where you go, and but it's a really cool city to see. So it's
full of nutcases.
But Atlanta, it's a great city. I remember going to the seafood place in Atlanta. I can't remember what it was called. It was like a bunch of seafood places all next to each other, like a I don't know if it was a river or an inlet or whatever. It won't be an ocean inlet because it's a bit more inland. But I'd tell you what, some great food there, and great nightlife and all that. I had a great time in Atlanta.
That's one thing I think about. It'd be like a food tour, if I was going all over the place. That's how you get to know a culture. A lot of the time it's through the food, and a lot of the southern cuisine I look at and I'm just drooling. It looks so amazing.
Even if you go into southern places in Texas and you can go down to like the Mexican border, sort of like areas. I mean, they're not the greatest of places near the Mexican border, not all of them anyway. But you'll get some great Mexican sort of like style food down there as well. But it's loads. There's so much to see. It's ridiculous.
So much choice.
You've got the parks there and everything that go with it. So it's vast. But I would start putting. If you're going to go, start putting it on your bucket list and start knocking it off. Start putting there and travel that little bit further.
But I'm going to do New York with Ash at some point as like a couple.
New York can do a nice long weekend.
Like a 3-4 nights sort of thing. and then obviously like Vegas for my bro's 40th next year.
Yeah.
But then after that, it'll be maybe push out into other places at some point.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Good.
Well, let us know if you agree with that top 10. I'm sure you don't. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.